hopefully this fixes whatever problem we were having. Okay. I just have a couple things I need to do. Unfortunately, if the audio is bad, there's not a lot I can do about it. Other than to ask you to bear with it. I'm going to give it a few minutes to see if more people come in. I cannot find my pencil sharpener. No idea what I did with it. And so okay, cool beans. I did the only thing I knew to do, and that is to take the money that I had set aside for putting into my account from doing surveys, and used it to buy some new pencil sharpeners. Because, like it or not, you can't really color without them. And I didn't get that much more done on the new picture. And that's what I have so far. So I have a lot to go. Quiet day. Don't forget, guys, to give the live a like. That helps me out immensely. Yeah, but without snakes, there would be a lot of other animals that you don't want in your house and that you don't want to deal with running around. So snakes and reptiles have their place in the world, and people need to know that. So before we get into this, I want to mention real quick that this species is protected in the UK. Hi, human male. This is a species that grows to 150 centimeters or 4.9 inches long. I did not put in a really good description of them, and I want to make sure I do that. So typically these guys are greenish in color. They have a distinctive yellow and black collar around their neck, black markings along the side, and a pale body. So that's a little bit about what they look like. In some areas in the UK, they are also called ringed snakes, not to be confused with the ringed-necked snakes that we have here in the US. They are, or they can be found in many different ecosystems throughout the UK and into Europe. So this is not just a snake that lives in Great Britain or in the UK. It lives also on the continent itself. They are semi-aquatic, so you are going to find them around water and in water. No, these are not garter snakes. It is the largest snake in the UK. I don't know why not. If you choose to eat them, which you can't in the UK. Females lay, wait, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Grass snakes feed on amphibians, fish, small mammals, and even birds. So mostly they're going to be gobbling up amphibians because that's their primary food source. But yeah, females lay 10 to 40 eggs in rotting vegetation. So if you live in the UK, don't okay, Sailor Ellington, that's good to know. That means that they could be inside your compost bin, and when you rotate your compost bin, you could unintentionally disturb those eggs, which would not be a good thing. The eggs hatch in early autumn, and the babies are around 7 inches long when they hatch. Now, since it gets cold in the UK, these snakes do enter hibernation, and they do so typically from October to April. Now, when they come out of hibernation, they will, or the males are the first ones to emerge, followed by the females. Now, these snakes can be found in England and Wales, but are absent from Scotland and Ireland. And by the way, this is one of 6 reptiles that are native to the UK. It's also important to note that we've been talking a lot about these snakes living in the UK. They can also be found on the mainland of the UK. I mean, the mainland of Europe. Yeah, that is a good sized snake. Groups, I believe most snakes do. Like other snakes, such as the hognose snake here in the United States, grass snakes do play dead. Another trick that they use is to regurgitate whatever is inside their stomach. They will also flatten out their bodies and their heads and necks, and this behavior makes them appear to be a cobra. Now, what's interesting is that at one time, Europe had a species of snake that is now extinct, that is famous for raising a hood. That's right. Europe had cobras, or a cobra. And so this behavior may be based on the fact that they had a cobra, or they could just be making themselves look bigger, whichever you want to play with. Don't worry, the cobra is now extinct. But yet that behavior is still found in the grass snake. So it could very well be a mimicry of sorts. Despite the fact that they have this behavior, they do have predators, including European badgers, red foxes, your cats, hedgehogs, and even some birds. Now, if cornered or if they feel threatened, they will hiss, they will musk. If you don't know what that is, just go ahead and pick one up. And it comes out of their anal glands, and it stinks to high heavens. Different snakes have different smells associated with it, but trust me, they stink. And I don't know if I did this already. I did. Okay, cool beans. Not really a fart as much. Yes, they do that when eating. And that's when they yawn. I love watching venomous snakes do that because I like venomous snakes. It's not a fart. It's a substance that they produce that just doesn't smell very good. It smells like a fart, though, to some extent. Now, unlike the snake that we're looking at tonight, bye. I don't have time for dumb butts. Now, unlike the snakes that we're going to be looking at tonight, yes, some do. Unlike the snakes that we're going to be looking at tonight, they are not venomous. These snakes feed on toads, frogs, even some ants and their larvae, including fish. So I know we already talked about that, but I wanted to go a little bit further. They will eat rodents, but it would not be if sorry, I will address Ross Lynch, actor fan, in just a second. They primarily focus on amphibians. That's going to be their main food source. But they will also take fish and newts. Rodents are going to be something that they're going to eat if they catch it later. But yeah. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to pass up a meal if they're hungry. As for why you guys do not see the messages when they pop up, that's because YouTube automatically hides comments that need to be reviewed, so you may not see it. And then at that point, it's up to myself or my moderators to decide if you get to see it. And most of the time, you're not going to see it. Sometimes, though, messages will pop up that YouTube has decided they needed to censor it, for which there really was no reason to censor it. In which case, it's going to be allowed through. Hope that explains why that happened. So these snakes are pretty cool. Now, tonight's live is going to be different because we're not going to be dealing with one snake like we did tonight or this morning or this afternoon, whatever it is. There are many different species of garter snakes in the United States. And we're not going to be... So yeah, that's what I have. So I don't know why. they're an interesting animal. That's for sure. I don't know what the other... I'm curious. Reptiles in the UK. I thought they said there were 6. Andrea DiCosta, keep it up. Thank you. So anyway, there are 3 native snakes, 3 native lizards, as well as a number of sea turtles who visit the UK. So now I don't know. Going to see if I can find out what those 6 reptiles are. The grass snake that we just talked about. The adder. Now, the adder is venomous, so don't go out picking them up. And they are actually the UK's only venomous snake. The smooth snake. So those, I think, are the 3 snakes. The lizards are the slow worm, and they look like... The slow worms look like snakes. The common lizard, which actually they do not produce eggs. They actually incubate the eggs inside their body. The sand lizard. Adders, I don't know how common the adder is. Nope. It's an actual snake. Hi, Abraham. Yeah. I don't know how many adders are in the UK. I know they're protected. But I don't know, like, are they common? Are they not common? Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Guys, we have 14 people in live and only 6 likes. If you like snakes, give me a thumbs up. So that's what I know. If we get, I don't know, 15 likes today, then I will consider adding in a exploring nature where we talk about the adder. If you're into that. Sorry for going quiet. Sometimes I get on here and I cover what I need to cover, and then my brain goes to mush. I was going to write up a bunch of stuff, topics to cover. No. I have heard about false black spider, widow spiders. I do have Godzilla's figures, but I don't have Godzilla in back of me. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, my eyes. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. There are 18 figures in the collection up above. Hi, Ryan Meyer, 88. Hi, Top G. Hi, Shark Slayer. Sorry, I didn't say hello before. Yeah, I've heard about those. And before you ask, Shark Slayer, I'm not bringing them down. Thank you guys. Remember, if you like Godzilla or you like snakes or you like nature period, give the live a like. That helps more people find me, and that is awesome to do that. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to your week. I still have no idea what's going to happen. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Also, just FYI, for those of you that watch the videos, there will be a new one hopefully dropping today or tomorrow, I should say. The idea came from one of my subscribers who I have not seen in a hot minute. His name is Cook, and the topic is going to be striped skunks. So you can thank him for that one. Hopefully I do it justice. If you're enjoying the Identify the Plant thing on the channel community page, or the, I forget what they call it now, the post page, give it a like also. Those are a bit challenging, especially if you are not familiar with plants, but it is what it is. We'll have to do jury duty, I think. Not looking forward to that because it's going to mess up my schedule. Shorts are up. we will be doing a live later tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on garter snakes, which there are garter snakes that live outside the United States, but I don't think they're related. And we're going to be talking about a few of the species of garter snakes. So that'll be interesting. I am going to start. Ooh, cool. Is it a morph or is it a regular looking ball python? I've always wanted to have a corn snake. And not a morph, but just a regular corn snake. Cool beans. See, I am not a fan of breeding for a morph. Just give me a wild looking, a regular looking ball python. I'm good with that. I have never owned a snake, but I would love to. I think they're amazing animals. And anybody who has owned a snake or owned snakes can tell you they are not slimy. They do not go out of their way to bite you. Each animal has their own unique personality. And they're amazing. That being said, do not make pets out of wild animals. Wild animals deserve to be in the wild. Coming up this week, live-wise, I guess I can tell you. Whoops, wrong channel. Hi, Lincolnshire Bikers. Is this Lincolnshire? I was going to ask. How you doing, Lincolnshire Bikers? It's taking me longer to get to the end. So tonight we're doing garter snakes. Friday we are doing the Fort Worth Zoo, and we're gonna try something new. I'm going to try something new on the 7 p.m. live on Friday. We're gonna do a zoo trek. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the map, or I should say, I'm going to take the map. What did I? Here it is. So this is the map. And we're going to briefly, verbally take you through the zoo. We will talk about, I'm going to say based on like tours that people have done online, I'm going to tell you what I think are exhibits that you shouldn't miss. If you're going to be there, I'm going to ask my subscribers that are in that live that you let me know if you think it's something that we should keep doing or something that we should dump. I don't want to spread I don't want to spread our topics too thin and not give you guys topics that you're interested in. But some of the exhibits that are at the Prague Zoo, I don't recognize that bird call. Are unique. So we'll be doing that on Friday. And then May 24th is all about sharks. We will be doing the basking shark at 1 p.m. Or no, yeah, at 1 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we're doing the oceanic white-tip shark. So that is what is coming up. And then the following week, on Tuesday, we're doing 2 habitat focuses. On Friday, we will be returning to snakes because we'll be talking about the differences between a rare fang snake and a front fang snake at 1 p.m. And then in the evening at 7 p.m., we will be doing pythons and boas. So we're talking about constrictors. And then we will be doing a zoo to do on the 31st, which I believe is a Saturday. Croesus, please drop that. So, and then June 3rd is going to be a subscriber-only video chat. Or no, I'm sorry. Subscriber-only trivia night, and it's going to be snakes. So snakes will be our focus on that. So I don't know of any big items of business. I hope so. And video-wise, this is what I'm planning on having for videos. I don't want to say for certain. On the videos, but I do want to tell you guys what you can be expecting. Obviously, our next video is the striped skunk. And then animals that will give you the chills. So, it's going to be, there's only going to be 8 animals on this one. Hopefully some animals we've talked about in the channel. Others will be brand new. We're going to be talking about the pet trade, Siamese crocodiles. Thanks to we will then be talking about cordyceps fungi, which is a subscriber choice video, thanks to Chelsea B. We'll be talking about the American paddlefish, and then we'll be talking about a fruit tree from South America called Jocote. I think I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, don't sue me. It's Chakotay, however you pronounce that. And then the following week, we're going to be talking about the Tamarillo, woolly mammoth versus African elephant, carnivorous plants, once again, suggested by Chelsea B. And then we'll be talking about dugongs, the Scottish wildcat, again, suggested by Chelsea B. Wintergreen, stellar sea lion, Virginia spiderwort, and the animal kingdom just in general. So that's for the next 2 weeks. You guys have been incredible. Gosh darn it. There it goes. The last live got, woo! Wait. The last live, which was not a planned live at all, we did that yesterday. 976 views, guys. Wow. Wow. Thank you, guys. That's incredible. Why doesn't it give me... Well, wait a minute. It doesn't tell me how many likes it got, which is weird. But that is awesome. So awesome. So I think maybe I might do some pop-up lives, because that was incredible. If you were there yesterday, be looking for more of those, I guess, because that seemed to work. And that's what I want. Hi, Transport Time. I don't know why we had so many people popping in. I don't know. Because it's only had 4 views since the last time, or since it was posted. But that's okay. Any spiders or no because you like them? I am throwing in some spiders into that. None of the animals that are in that will give you chills video are in it because I dislike them. Yeah, I don't normally go live on Mondays, but like I was in between doing stuff and just felt like going live, so I did. then I guess it went really good. I was surprised. In fact, I was pleasantly surprised. So the animals that we're going to be covering in that video are going to be I don't repeat any group of animals. There is a spider, a snake, a bat, a centipede, a cockroach, a shark, and an isopod, as well as ants. So it's just I have to admit that I used AI to generate animals that they think some people might find creepy. And I took a few of those examples and I put them to work. And so these are ones that I picked. These were not, the animals themselves were not suggested by AI. They're ones that I picked. So AI does not run my lives. I do. Or my videos. I do. So that's what's up. I do want to say that I'm not going to the last time that we did suggestions from subscribers for videos, if your video idea has not been posted in video form, bear with me. I'm only going to do maybe 2, at the most, maybe 3, probably just 2 each week. So there were a lot given. Hopefully I can still find that list. I'm bad about misplacing my list. But yeah, that is what is coming up. If you have something that you want to talk about, I just want to remind you guys that in France, they have an ongoing issue with one of their marine parks that shut down. They have 2 orcas and 12 dolphins that are being fed, but they're, I don't want to call them enclosures, but because they're not enclosures, but the area that they're living in is quickly turning into an algae pool. In fact, it is an algae pool. So contact whoever you can contact. I don't know if that means the Humane Society, or if that means contacting your representatives or senators. I don't know who to contact, but these animals need help. Unfortunately, they were born in captivity, so time is not their friend. They can't really be released into the wild because they don't know how to hunt. I don't even know, honestly, if you could rehab them, but just something to think about as you are doing whatever it is that you do. Um, maybe even pray for them if you so if you do that, they could probably use some. By the way, the park was closed down because France no longer allows the displaying of whales or dolphins. So, yeah, rather than freeing them, they must not have done anything to free them. Well, they're not going to free them, but they have not been able to find shelter for these animals. So, yeah, it's a thing. F-15 Eagle, thank you, I think. It works for me. I am pretty chill. In case you're wondering, I am working on the picture that I started the other day. I like to I like the color. And so that is what I'm doing. I have not been to Spain. Not saying that I wouldn't like to. Oh, cool. Well, enjoy your holiday. Yes and no. Guys, when you come in and you ask me if your name sounds familiar, you got to keep in mind that we see quite a few people every week. And sometimes, unless you're in like every single day, it's really hard to keep track of you if you're not in every single day. Cook is one of them. No, you are fine. You are positively fine. Carry me through? Who did that? Where did that come from? No, I meant your concerns have been heard, guys. WDC thanks you and wants us to know they are searching for a solution. Where did that come from? Like I said, I'm calm as long as everybody in my life does what they're supposed to do. I'm not gonna I'm not going to sit here and play hi UIO. I'm not going to sit here and put up with silliness. This channel is about animals and plants and nature. So if those things do not do anything for you, then I don't know what to tell you. Am I into fish? We talked about fish. Oh, she's around. Is this Cook? F-15 Eagle. Hello, Jelly Pungo. I'm not drawing, I'm coloring. Hi, Make Me Cool. I'm not drawing, I'm coloring. I have a feeling this is Cook. You made it. You made what? We are just talking because the main live is over. Why would I get mad at you? You haven't done anything since you've been in here. Just follow the rules. That's all you have to do. Why would I be mad? If it's coming down here, I can't hear it. F-15 Eagle. What modern music artists do you enjoy? I don't know if he's still making music, but I have really bizarre taste in music. Excuse me. Hold on. Yeah. I remember some of his pieces. I don't know. Can I? Yeah. And what happened? Did that work out for you? I like Matteo Borselli. Imagine Dragons. I did put you out in timeout yesterday. You're right, I did. Callum Scott. Kane Brown. As long as you learn from your mistake, I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm still not going to tell you my age. I feel like I never really get anywhere when I draw or when I color, but I believe in second chances. But they are just that. second chances. Yep. Um, Hi, Lincolnshire. I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware you left, dude. Pretty much. Hi, Cosmo. Dandy World. I do. You were in my live yesterday. No. Nope. I don't do shutouts of any kind. And I don't just say things because it tends to get me in trouble when I do that stuff. Probably beaches. How do you happen to know anything about dinosaurs? I happen to know stuff about dinosaurs because I read about them. Now, if you're asking me, do I know anything about dinosaurs? The answer is yes. Yep, Beaches. It's about a lady who is friends with a lady who develops, I think I know it's cancer, but don't ask me what type of cancer. I don't remember. Anyway, the friend dies, and yeah. Beaches came out in 1988. My favorite dinosaur, probably Pachycephalosaurus. Triceratops is cool. I also like Iguanodon. I don't have a favorite living animal. I really don't have a favorite dinosaur. But I have some that I like. Because they're cool, but they're all different and unique in their own way, and that's what makes it cool. Um, so there's animals that I like for different reasons. I do like them all. I think that's easily. Only it should be snakes, spiders, scorpions, vultures. Are there any animals that use sound to lure prey? Ross, it's rare. And I don't know of any. Right offhand, I don't know anybody or any animals that do, but it might be possible. I know definitely man uses it. Hey, Konar. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. And you? I am watching chat and coloring again. Hi, Benjam. How are you? Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm good. It's like a robot. This is the robot's head. Chest area. I haven't started the arms yet, and these are the legs. Thank you. Thank you, Benjamin. I'm going to be switching up the colors though because okay. Thank you, Benjam. Thank you, Konar. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I think this is going to be my thing now when I have thank you, Konar. Oh, I'm so bad with these names. Thank you, Benjam. I appreciate it. I know I'm bad with names. My problem isn't so much remembering names. It's saying them that's the issue. Okay. Sounds good, Ross Lynch. I will see you later, man. Be good. No, I didn't. I do not have kids to begin with to have grandkids from. So, no, I do not have grandkids. Nothing, because the actual live, the technical end, or the topic that we started with is over with. This is the talking, the chatting part of live. If you want to experience, if you want to be in on that end of it, you have to come early. Konar, that's a weird question. Yes, my mom is still very much alive. Awesome. Well, maybe not the 3 a.m. part, but awesome. I've never been to the Philippines. I live in the United States. I've just never had anybody ask me that before. No, he's asking a question. Or she. I have been out of the United States once, and that was to Canada. And I was 17. Egg, that is cool. Where are you from? Okay. Nice, nice. Man, I've never been to the UK. Well, I am nobody's grandparents, so there's that. No, I'm not. Trust me. Oh. Well, maybe in that case, I'm a little bit like your grandpa, but that's what my channel's about. Is nature. Yep. So of course I like nature. Not yet. I'll be going here in just a little bit. But I do like curry. Actually, that sounds really good. I do sometimes, but not very often. Hi, UIO. Hi, Grego Impasta 45. Yeah, I don't do mukbangs very often. I usually just, it's usually because I haven't had breakfast. And I need to eat. That's the only reason I really. Whoops. Okay, guys, I'm going to stay on for another minute. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be having. Oh, you're having breakfast. My breakfast was. Bye bye. My breakfast was. You're fine. You can go. Okay, guys, my phone is telling me I gotta go, so I will see everybody later. My phone needs to be charged. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye bye.